Emperor Shadow here. Alright, we're here playing Stalker and Yandere. I'm really enjoying this music right now. It's like really pretty. Alright, let's start. After we admired that music. And what is my name? Emperor Shadow, of course. That's my name, I believe, because it is. Yes, that's my name. It's a perfect name. With a sigh, I open my textbook. I've got an important test tomorrow. I haven't done anything yet. It might be getting late, but I have to focus. I have to learn this stuff before I go to bed. Even though my parents aren't home tonight and I've got the whole house to myself. Even with all the temptation and no one here to check on me, I have to study. I have to get a passing grade for this exam at least, or I'm screwed. But the temptation, so tempting. No, I cannot let my mind wander off again. Once I look out the window, I won't be able to concentrate on this damn boring textbook anymore. Just a peek couldn't hurt, though. Is what I said last night. But once I actually take that peek, I'll do it again and again and again. Under no circumstance should I look out of the window and at my senpai. How many lines have I read so far? Darn it. I can't concentrate on this damn book, even when I don't look. Then why not take a quick peek? Slowly, I glance to my right and look out the window, careful not to be seen peeking. Jeez, Senpai is creepy as hell. It's right there, casually leaning against the wall while smoking a cigarette. He's right there, where he always is. My senpai's such a bad boy. I don't know his favorite color. I don't know his favorite color. I don't know what food he likes. I don't even know his name. But I know he's always there, standing vigilant. I'm a terrible yandere. How do I not know his favorite color, his name, what food he likes? Like, if I'm a yandere, I'm obsessing the hell out of senpai. And I should know his favorite color, what food he likes, why he stands there vigilantly, and all that jazz. But I guess Yandere and Stalker have a different chemistry going on. Maybe he obsesses over me just as much as I do him. Maybe we're both yanderes, secretly. Senpai is such a handsome, rugged man. He looks so strong and tough. He always has that manly, unshaven look. Because he doesn't have a shaver. He's probably a hobo. But what I like most about him are his eyes. The only clean thing about him. His eyes are like mirrors to his soul. Every time I walk past him to school, he looks at me with those piercing eyes. Other men quickly look away when I meet their gaze, but senpai looks back at me with confidence. He doesn't avoid making eye contact because he's a creep. He seeks it and doesn't look away until he gets it. And as you can see, senpai always wears cool urban jackets because that's all he can get on the side of the road. Long ones that look old and worn out with plain clothes underneath them. Because you gotta have those work clothes too, I guess. Senpai doesn't care about what people think of his style. He wears it with confidence. But I do know what he looks like underneath them. In the summer, senpai wore more revealing clothes, like a t-shirt, and I could see his muscles. Ooh, such revealing clothes, what scandal. Senpai is very buff. He's no fatty underneath that jacket. What lewd thoughts I'm having. If senpai knew what I was thinking right now. I was actually worried when it started to become winter. Senpai was always there in the summer, but I thought the winter nights might be too cold for him, so I was relieved to see that my fears weren't true. Even in the coldest of winters, he would stand there until late in the night, just standing there, doing nothing. Some nights he even stays here past midnight before leaving. Ah, Senpai, what dedication! In fact, I've never seen him leave before. When I can't sleep and take a peek outside, he's gone. But when I'm staying up late to study, he's still there. No matter how late it gets, maybe he's a magician. Sometimes I pretend he stands there until I turn off the lights in my room. Wouldn't that be romantic? I mean, I haven't seen him disprove my theory yet. I have an odd sense of romanticism. Okay, focus, Empress Shadow. You've got this exam tomorrow. If you get distracted by Senpai tonight, your grades are going to drop again. Your parents are already pissed. No need to make it worse, and maybe Senpai would be disappointed too. I can't bear the thought of him being disappointed. But no, he wouldn't. Senpai doesn't care about things like grades or school. He loves me for who I am, not who they want me to be. Senpai is a real bad boy. No one tells him what to do, who he should be. If he wants to wear those clothes, he will. If he wants to hang out around a street corner, he doesn't have to explain himself. If he wants to stay there past midnight, he does. What a grown adult. No matter if the people scoff at him and ask him to leave. No, Senpai wouldn't mind me having a naughty side myself. I mean, I could join him in a street watching and stuff, I guess. I mean, I would like to get a good grade and become a nurse someday, but he wouldn't love me any less if I wouldn't. Although, I wouldn't mind patching him up after he got into a fight. Taking off his shirt to see the wounds and bruises. Running my hands over his sore muscles and feeling the tension flow out of them underneath my touch. Applying bandages and cleaning his wounds so my senpai wouldn't get an infection. Because that's what matters. He could be torn up, but he can't have an infection. How romantic. Senpai getting in a fight to defend my honor against some shameless street punks, and me getting to take care of him in return. And that's what I think he's doing here right now. I mean, Senpai has to be standing here for a reason, right? He must be a vigilante, watching the streets for any sign of danger. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with Batman! I bet he's Batman. He's totally Batman. Oh, if only he would patrol them just for me. Wouldn't that be romantic? So, Senpai, why are you standing there every night, standing near my window, staring nowhere? I mean, I've seen you glance my way before. I wonder if Senpai watched me while I was changing. I never really change in plain sight. I don't want to scare him off or seem like a sleuth after all. But Senpai could see me take off my clothes if he tried. Okay. I wonder if he saw it. I look at him quite often, but never when I'm changing. I get so flustered, I can't get myself to look out the window. That would be too lewd. I mean, what if he did happen to glance my way when I am in nothing but my underwear? If our eyes would meet while I'm half naked, I would lose it. So embarrassing. It's like going to school in your underwear and forgetting that you have clothes. Yeah, nightmares. If I wouldn't immediately cover myself up, he would think I'm some sleuth who likes to be seen naked. I don't want Senpai to think that about me. But if I were to cover myself up and scream, he might think I don't want him to look at me, that he invaded my privacy, that I would think of him as a pervert. He's not good enough for me. Oh, Senpai, that would be even worse. I can't get myself to look his way while changing. Does he look at me? I don't know. I can't know. I don't have eyes in the back of my head. I know I opened my third eye when I was in that mental asylum, but I don't have eyes in the back of my head, guys. That'd be so weird. But I would like to know. I would like to have eyes on the back of my head. Am I pretty enough for him? Does he look at me? Does he like looking at me? No! I can't think of Senpai like that. Like he's some ordinary perv. My Senpai is Batman. He wouldn't do that. Surely he's not just here to watch me undress while having lewd thoughts himself. I mean, is he? Is Senpai always standing here just to look at me? To watch me through the window until I close the drapes? Wouldn't that be romantic? That he has been standing there so many nights just to see me. Just imagine he braved the freezing winter nights and scorching summer days just to watch me while screaming, "I'm the Dark Knight." It's gotta be true. Like, look at my cheeks and look at the pink room. We're just so in love. No, it can't be. I mean, I'm not nearly pretty enough to be noticed by Senpai as handsome as Senpai. Much less being obsessed over. This is the kind of thoughts girls have. Like, they could have the biggest crush on you. What? Like, you could be their first crush. They would be dying to be with you, and you'd like them too, but they'll convince themselves that, oh no, I'm not nearly enough pretty to be noticed by Senpai. So, that's the girl's thought process. You're welcome. I should just forget about Senpai for now and focus on my homework. Tomorrow's test is a very important one, and they give themselves excuses. I think I've studied long enough for today. Enough for a passing grade, at least. I'm sure of that. What do I do now? My parents aren't home today, so I've got the entire house to myself. I could watch TV all night, or play video games, or chat with my friends on Hype. I have friends. I'm a Yandere with friends. I must be very up in the world. Or maybe I could approach Senpai. I mean, my parents aren't home. They wouldn't see us together. Daddy doesn't want me anywhere near Senpai. He thinks of Senpai as some good-for-nothing troublemaker. He doesn't want me near any boys, because I usually end up killing them. I mean, but Daddy isn't around right now. If I were to approach Senpai and ask him in for some coffee, we would be all alone, undisturbed, and my parents won't be coming home for another few hours at least. But what if Senpai doesn't like me? What if I scare him off when I approach him and ask him to come inside? What if he's not interested in me at all? Do I want my heart to be broken? Right now, I can at least pretend that Senpai might like me. If Senpai were to reject me, I would die of embarrassment on the spot! No, I mustn't think like that. Senpai is a good person deep inside, I know it. Just get back past his creepy exterior, because he looks really creepy. Even if he doesn't want to be with me, he won't be harsh when rejecting me. I'm sure he is tender and understanding underneath his tough exterior. He'll make sure my feelings aren't hurt too bad. But even if he doesn't like me, Senpai will let me down easy, I'm sure of it. But should I? I'm gonna take the risk. I should try it. If I don't do anything myself, I have no right to expect anything to change. I've got to be bold. That's some good advice if she wasn't going after a creeper. But first, I've got to rehearse what I'll say to him. If I don't, I'm sure my mind will be blank the moment I open my mouth. I wouldn't want to stutter and end up saying nothing. I look like a complete idiot in front of Senpai. Alright, I can do this. That usually happens during crushes though, you're like, I don't know what to say. Tonight, I will do this. Slowly, I approach Senpai. He already spotted me and curiously looks at me with his sexy, piercing eyes. He has no emotion whatsoever. I stop just a few steps away from him and try to look him in the eyes. I'm brave, you gotta look him in the eyes like animals and they'll love you. Hi. Why, hello there. What are you doing out here? Didn't your parents teach you not to go outside after dark? Senpai will be mine. I'm sorry. But I was wondering, it's kind of cold outside and you've been standing here. So maybe... What are you mumbling about? Would you like to come inside for some coffee? Oh? You don't want to? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you. I'll leave you alone right now! Quickly, I turn around to hide my flushed cheeks and dart back home. Hey, wait! Senpai? You're inviting me in for coffee. I stop dead in my tracks and slowly turn around to Senpai. I am. And your parents are okay with that? They're not home right now. You could rob anything you like. Is that so? Alright, I could use some coffee. Really? Sure. Lead the way. He said yes! OMG, 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 oh my gosh! He said yes. Okay, follow me. I walk back home trying to act cool. It's tougher than it should be. Butterflies are fluttering in my stomach, my heart is beating in my throat, and my whole face feels hot. It's taking all of my concentration just to walk straight. I'm walking like a penguin. But he'll think that's cute, right? Senpai is going to be inside my house. He's going to talk to me and I'm going to know his name. I'm so happy. I fumble with the keys trying to unlock the door and awkwardly giggle. I noticed I'm jamming the wrong key into the lock. Damn it, why didn't I leave the door open? This is so embarrassing. Finally, I managed to open the door and invite Senpai in. He laughs at me as he walks in. That's not very gentleman-like. How's are trying really hard. I guide him into the living room, and he sits down on the sofa. I don't see any sofa, and he kind of just glided down like that. I'll go make us some coffee. Actually, I don't really like coffee. You got any booze? On second thought, I shouldn't be drunk for what we're about to do. Senpai lets out a confident laugh. Where others would find it intimidating or even ominous how he laughed. His voice makes me weak in the knees. It's like angels humming. Senpai is such a bold man! And it's a good thing he didn't want any alcohol. I wouldn't want beer breath to ruin our first date. You know what? Fetch me a cola, girl. What am I, your freaking maid? I would have killed you if you were anyone else. I nod vigorously and go to the kitchen. I quickly take out the cola and a set of glasses. Yeah, I'm gonna put soda in my glasses. As I'm pouring his drink, I hear Senpai laugh again from the other room and say something to himself. This will be easier than I thought. This wouldn't take long. Should it take long? Is Senpai going to leave soon? Oh no, did I scare him off somehow? Trying to open the door and walking like a penguin on the way over here? Maybe Senpai isn't in me or my cute antics at all. No, I shouldn't think like that. I could make him stay. He just needs to get to know me, and I can make him love me. I floated down too. I entered the living room and had Senpai his cola before sitting down myself. So, quick, think of something to talk about. Break the ice! Oh, quick, break the ice. How much does a polar bear weigh? Haha. Enough to break the ice. My name's Empress Shadow. Love me. What do you do for a living? You know, stuff. Stuff? I invite you to my house. I get you a cola like a little servant girl, and you tell me stuff. I was imagining in a perfect date. I would know your name. You would tell me everything about you. We would get married in like over a second, have tons of kids, and live on the street corner. Yeah. I don't really like to talk about my work, but I've got a hobby I like. You're a hitman, aren't you? A hobby? What is it? Bird watching. Bird watching. You've got to stand still in place for a long time. You've got to brave a lot of hot days and cold nights. But I like doing it. Senpai takes a large sip of his Coca-Cola before continuing. I've followed a few birds around before, and right now I'm after this little redhead bird. Real looker too, but she only shows brief glimpses of herself every so often. Dun dun dun. But to an avid bird watcher, sorry, the Coca-Cola, it's getting in my throat. Those brief glimpses are worth it. You sound really enthusiastic about your hobby. That's strange. Senpai is always standing at the street corner. When does he have time for bird watching? Does he go bird watching when I'm at school? But when does he work then? Or is he a professional bird watcher? Is there even such a thing? Although that does explain why he always carries around those binoculars. He must come here straight from the Parker films. For a long time, I thought this little redhead bird didn't even notice me. And my senpai didn't notice me. But it figures out I'm her senpai too. So dreamy. That she didn't even know I was there, or pretended not to see me. I'm not sure I like the way senpai is talking about birds. It's like he thinks of them as people. And bird watching isn't really masculine sport either. I thought you were Batman. Batman doesn't just watch birds. I mean, maybe he watches Robin, but we'll talk about that later. And I must judge how cool Senpai is. Is he just like another old man? But then this little redhead bird suddenly looked at me, flew over and invited me into her nest. The little bird must not have known she invited a snake. And when you invite a snake into your nest, it's only natural it'll eat all your eggs. Ugh. I'm confused. What the hell is Senpai blabbering about? Talking about birds and snakes? Is his actual hobby writing children's stories? Or is he trying to convert me to some crazy internet religion? I mean, I might join your cult if you're cool enough, but Senpai, you're lowering my standards. I don't understand what you mean. What eggs? And why would you be a snake? You don't look like a snake to me. Are you a role player or something? No. The nest and the eggs symbolize your house and your... To hell with this cryptic nonsense. You invited me into your house for coffee after your parents are away. It's almost as if you want me to take advantage of you. Take advantage of me? Do you mean? That's right, I'm going to rap. That's why I don't like talking about my real job. I'm a rapper. I kind of suck at it. Watch, I'll give you a rap right now. I'm gonna grape, I'm gonna shape. That's all I got. I'm feeling a bit woozy. Is the room spinning? It would just float over. Quickly, I grab Senpai's glass from his hand before he drops it, and I place it back on the table. Then I take a moment to admire how cute Senpai looks when he's asleep. Oh, he doesn't look menacing at all. So cute. Senpai, that roofie I put in your cola sure took a long time to take effect. Your metabolism must be really strong. I expect no less from you, my manly prince. Although, you were acting a bit strange before you fainted. Snakes and birds. I didn't know roofies made someone hallucinate and ramble before they are knocked out. Anyway, I should move you before you wake up. I can't keep you here. Daddy would be pissed. If he found you out you're in his house, he really doesn't like you. I'm afraid. But that's okay. I love you. In time, you'll learn to love me too. But what will I do with you in the meantime? Daddy will be real angry if he sees you at his house. Ah, I know. I'll put you in the storage unit I have. That I just conveniently have just for you. I've thought about this night every night since the day you figured out you wanted to stalk me. Just until you wake up and learn how to love me. I'm sure you'll do so in no time. You won't be stubborn like the last one, would you, Senpai? You wouldn't break my heart, right? Because I would hate having to pierce yours. No, I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Senpai. You'll learn how to love me, and then I'll move in with you. And we'll live happily ever after on the street corner, wearing our ermine clothes. Doesn't that sound wonderful, wonderful, Senpai? Alright, that was Yandere Stalker. We got a Yandere and on the first try. So, they also said in this game that there would be some references towards future diary. So if you've seen any of those in this episode, feel free to leave those in the comments. And while you're down there, leave a like and subscribe. I'm Empress Shadow.
It's like everywhere I go, there's a creep.